Welcome to the video. You saw the title, How to Start Reselling. Today we're going to be talking about how to start and how to scale your business to eventually get to a point where you can either quit your job, or if you would just like to make a couple extra $100 a month, a week, whatever it is, whatever suits your needs. Today we're going to be talking about all the ways that you can make more money and different avenues that you can take to be successful. Number one, you are going to want to start selling things out of your house. That's the easiest thing. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to use any of your money to really start this business. Now, obviously, everyone has their own different situations. So if you don't have anything, then you can start with step number two. But the first step you're going to want to do is start to sell stuff in your home. So you can do that on eBay, or you can do it on Facebook. I would advise Amazon's a little bit more advanced, but you can look up any video on YouTube, how to list things on eBay, how to list things on Amazon. You don't have to send it to Amazon. You don't have to do FBA if you don't want to. And if you don't know what that is, Google is your mom, quoting Gary Vee. Step number two, once you've acquired more capital from you selling your stuff at your house, if that's all the money you needed, great. Now you have the money you needed and you can move on. But if you say, I made an extra $300 this week, or this month, or this 2 months, if you would like to continue to do that and have that revenue stream, you want to be bringing in more stuff so you can sell it. So I would advise to start at thrift stores, garage sales, and on Facebook. On Facebook Marketplace, you can find great deals, and it's just like a garage sale, but you can do it from on the couch or whatever it is. If you're sitting there watching a movie, scrolling through Instagram, you might as well scroll through Facebook Marketplace, see if you can find some deals. It's easiest to sell things and stuff that you know. So if you're really into clothes, if you're into electronics, shoes, whatever category that you like is going to be the easiest for you to do. You're gonna like it and enjoy it more, and you're gonna be more knowledgeable about that topic. So overall, it'll help if you're in a niche that you like. This is also a great time to see if you like it. When you're doing number one, selling stuff at your house, and step number two, going out and buying stuff for low cost, really just to see if you like doing it. A lot of people will do this and they start to see and they're like, I really don't enjoy this. I would rather have a steady paycheck, and that's absolutely fine. Nowadays, like entrepreneurship or whatever you want to call it is kind of looked up upon. Like you can say, oh, I'm an entrepreneur and you make $10 a week. Like sure, but you're not really successful. So really just stick to what makes you happy. That's obviously the end goal for everything. Follow your happiness. That's why I advise you to go with a niche that you enjoy and that you're interested in. Step number three is going to be scaling your business, or just spending more money to get more money. Now this is really the time when you want to niche down, or you can stay at level two, in between 2 and 3, which people call a picker, where they have just a really general knowledge about stuff and they're able to go into stores and find stuff in the shoes, find stuff in the clothes, find a board game that they know is doing well, find a certain set of like forks that they know is going to do well, or garage sales where they're just finding stuff, like they're just good at finding stuff. These people they're called pickers from what I've heard, and that is something that has a lot of freedom, and you're not really it might give you more stability. Now you are going to be finding random items and stuff like that, so it's not much of a stable stream of items. But since it's a bunch of different markets, if the electronics market's going down, you can focus on other things, or vice versa. But what I would recommend is to niche down into a couple niches, or just not be as general if you really want to make this a full-time thing or scale this to something even bigger. I wouldn't be super worried about picking a niche that you enjoy. I personally don't have any niche that I like more than another. Right now I'm doing shoes and starting in books, but I have no real attachment. You can always switch, you can always change, you can always dial back on one and go harder at another one. So you're not really stuck in anything as like a job where you'd have to quit or something like that. You can just sell through the stuff that you have and stop buying those type of items. In step number three, you're also going to want to start to find where you want to sell. If you're someone that really doesn't want to have to hold inventory, or you have limited space, Amazon FBA is an amazing opportunity. I'm just starting that, and I can already really see how far it can really go and the scalability of it. Amazon is one of the biggest e-commerce platforms right now, and you're gonna be able to get top dollar for a lot of your stuff. Now, they do have more rules and there's more of a barrier to entry, but since there's a barrier to entry, you can get a higher top dollar, and if you can get ungated from doing volume and things that you're not gated from, or if you have an old Amazon account where, let's say you sold a pair of Nike shoes back in like '06, you're probably gonna be ungated in Nike, and that is super valuable. Now you can sell on Amazon without sending it to Amazon doing FBA. You can just do merchant, where you ship it out, you handle all that kind of stuff. It's a little less fees. You get a little less for your item, depending obviously, but it would just be like an eBay or a Poshmark, something like that. So if you'd like something that's a bit more hands-off on the sales side and a little bit more work prepping in the beginning, but then you don't have to worry about it, Amazon FBA is a great opportunity. If not, obviously eBay, Poshmark, Goat, StockX, OfferUp, all these places along with Facebook Marketplace are great places to sell, and where I mostly sell my stuff. Now, depending on your category or your niche that you're going to be selling in is going to depend where you're selling your stuff. If you're selling clothing, the only really options you have are Poshmark, eBay, and Amazon, depending on what you're ungated in. Personally, I like Poshmark better than eBay because you can get a better price. There's less competition because most people that are buying shoes aren't doing it off of search. It's more what they see when you're sharing to parties. So on Poshmark, you do have to share to different parties, share to your followers and stuff like that. Where on eBay, it's more search-based, but all platforms work. Every niche works, everything works. You have to work it, and you have to really put the time in to build whatever kind of business you would like. In the beginning of any business, you really want to work on your cash flow. It's gonna be very slow. When you only have 5 things that can sell, you're gonna sell less than if you had 200 items for sale. You're gonna have less items sell, less money coming in. So as you're scaling your business, it's really important to put your money right back in. I personally have been putting all my money from reselling right back into the business. It's really nice because I always have money coming in now, 8 months in, which is nice, but really investing that back and growing it to another level is huge. If you are every week taking out hundreds of dollars from your account or from your reselling account, if you have a separate account, it's really gonna hurt your business in the long term, and you're gonna have less growth. If you don't know what niche you wanna go with, just pick one. Just pick one that you have seen other people doing, that you follow people on Instagram that do it. Pick shoes, pick books. Just pick something so you can get the ball rolling and learning about different platforms. And then if you find something else that you like and gravitate towards more, you can move towards that, sell off your old items, and then move towards that at full force. If you have any questions, for sure, comment below. I'm not a very big channel, so I definitely have the time and am going to answer all questions below to my best ability. If I don't know the answer, I will try to refer you to someone that might. There's a ton of other people that share information about reselling and more specifics about each platform and each category on each platform. So feel free to reach out to me in the comments, DM me on Instagram, or whatever it is. Just don't be afraid to ask questions because I will answer them. So just to recap, step number 1, sell the things in your home. Get more comfortable with platforms, with selling. How does it even work? Step number 2 is actually purchasing items that you see completed comps for and sell them on different marketplaces depending on what you're selling. Step number 3 is scaling that business up, really finding a niche that you want to go hard at, start reinvesting the money a lot more, and even hiring employees if you really want to scale this to an actual business. Obviously, with every category and different sites, it's going to look a little different. By that time, you want to be duplicating yourself. You want to train people in that are going to do what you do so that you can get more volume, more sales, and just continue to grow your business. When hiring employees, you might be thinking that they're just going to steal my business, they're going to whatever. I wouldn't really worry about that because all information is free. You're watching this YouTube video right now. They could have gone out and really found out how to do stuff and sell stuff, but they're choosing to have a steady income. A lot of people prefer that. I mean, it's not for everyone to have the risk of not making money. What if something happens? What if a certain platform shuts down? What if you lose all your inventory? Those are risks that you're taking on as the seller and as the head of the business. So most people don't want to deal with that. So I really wouldn't really worry about other people knowing your secrets. Obviously, there are some actual secrets when it comes to replenishables, which is something that you can look up. Replenishables is just something that sells very often, like a couple times a day or something. You get bulk orders of it, and you're selling it multiple times a day, and you keep replenishing it. Make sure to drop any comments you have below. Hopefully I'll be making a lot more videos like this. I have lots of time since I graduated a year early, so this entire year is really just me building up my reselling business, finding things I like to do, creating content like this online, and having a good time. Peace.